Hello, everyone. Lance and Mary in the studio in Townsville, Colorado. How are you?
Good.
We're making some test videos, getting this going. We've had it built for about a year, and it doesn't do much good just sitting there. So our goal with Higher Living is to help everyone live the best life they can live and above what most of us get bogged down with.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Mm-hmm. I do. And there's a lot of tools and ways to get there.
Yeah.
That don't cost any money.
No, absolutely not.
And I like talking about that.
Yeah.
And I think everyone should know.
So why are we less happy as a people than we've ever been?
I think there's a lot of factors taking away our now and our happy. And some things aren't even asking for it.
Yeah.
Asking before, they're just taking.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether it be our phones, whether it be the impacts our phones have on us. And I think a big part of it is, because of our distractions and everything in our minds and our thoughts, like no one's ever present anymore. We're never freaking present. And that's the only time you can be happy. You're not going to be happy tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be another now. You can't go back and be happy yesterday if you had a shitty day. That's yesterday. Now is the only time you can be happy. And it is up to us to choose it. So, through writing my first book, it was just, I found myself hitting these hurdles in life. And at the time going through them, I felt alone. But the more I went through them, I realized I'm not alone. We all struggle. We all live in fear. We all have things that we can't wrap our heads around. And it keeps us from being present.
Yeah. It's like everything around us is taking our breath away because there is just so much to distract us, and our subconscious gets caught in these habits and loops, and sometimes they're really not giving us what we think they are, and then we find ourselves sad at the end of the day and wondering why or how. And I hope that this can be something that can be an example, that talking about feelings and how to handle your feelings and like being able to look at how you feel and address your psyche without judgment from like a witness perspective, like Carl Jung and a lot of psychologists talk about. We'll dive into book stuff maybe, but just it's so much more simpler that
we have to choose it.
We can choose to not judge ourselves and choose to be happy instead.
Yeah. And it's true that biggest problem that we all have is we think we shouldn't have problems, which is bullshit. That's absurd. We expect life to go a certain way. And, we're conditioned to that, especially with social media now, which is, mostly it's us comparing our behind the scenes to other people's highlight reels. That's not, nobody's posting their horrible shit. Well, some people do. Some people do, and you want to block them. But by and large, we're comparing ourselves to others. And we focus on our shortcomings, and we're all holding on to our unworthiness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And through your nanny business, just talk about what dynamics and things are you seeing in today's society that are causing us to forget that happiness and how to get there.
I think a lot of it can boil down to not realizing how much attention we're giving to certain things.
Yeah.
And the other flip side of that is how strong that attention is.
Mm-hmm.
And when we let our mind wander,
mm-hmm.
that's putting something into the atmosphere. That is putting intention out there. That is creating something. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It's merely transformed. So if you're creating energy in your brain, you're putting that out there. And there's a lot of things that is taking that attention from us without even asking. Billboards, our phones.
Phones are huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
The apps sending things.
The notifications. Absolutely. That's a huge thing. Every time you download one, it says, would you like to allow so-and-so? Most times you say yes. Even if you don't, you can turn them off. But not being aware of that, you might be having the best day ever. Everything's going great. And then your phone buzzes. and maybe it's a story of political something that pisses you off or some horrible tragedy that happens. Does it mean it doesn't happen? No. But we don't realize what that notification is doing. And then, if it's something that makes you angry, what are you going to do? You're going to go bitch to someone else about it, vent about it. And those are things that are in our control. I think it's important to do like an inventory. What are my apps? And what are they giving me good? Are they giving me bad? Just the awareness. And awareness is the only way we can ever change.
Yeah. And you have to schedule it in. Absolutely.
And that's the beauty. Even if you want to go look at shit that's going to piss you off, maybe schedule time for it. So it's not popping up during the day. Mm-hmm. I don't think we realize how much control of ourselves and of our present moment and our happiness we're giving away. I heard yesterday that fucking Facebook, people on average are spending, I think, 6 hours a week on it, like 50 minutes a day. Like, what the fuck? Wow. What is good? What? That's a lot. That's a lot of our time. And when you're on there, are you out there? What are you giving? Are you giving your energy to positive things, complimenting people, being kind, or are you getting sucked in to the negativity?
It's so well crafted.
It absolutely is. Down to the dopamine hit from the like button. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's scheduled. Mm-hmm. This is, yeah. And then, the founders, I can't remember, not Zuckerberg, but the other guy admitted. He's like, I have no clue what we're doing to our kids' brains. And I saw another guy and he was like, yeah, I won't let my kids use it.
You're taking their attention.
Yeah.
And therefore taking their patience. Yeah. Because, and I work with a lot of kids of all different ages. And I realized that's exactly what's happening. Our attention span is perfectly in line with how much patience we're able to give someone.
Yeah.
And if we are diminishing our attention and therefore diminishing our patience, maybe that does make sense why we're all at each other's throats all the time and can't seem to empathize with where each person came from and this whole, polarization of all of us. It's happening. Yeah.
It's our intention, and what we give our energy to, we get. It's true. It's where attention goes, energy flows. And, if we're constantly focused on something that's truly not in our control, and that's one thing, we get bent out of things, but if you cannot control it, your only choice left is to choose your attitude and how you let it impact your day. Mm-hmm. That's all we have. But I think we don't even realize that.
Mm-hmm. Well, as humans, we're really supposed to be able to take in our immediate surroundings. Mm-hmm. And of course, over evolution, our capacity is clearly grown to take in more, but I think it's up to us to choose what from either side we take in, depending on what's best for us. Like, everyone's different across the entire spectrum. Mm-hmm. Everyone falls in their own little place. And like, what if you were able to really kind of forgive yourself for the things that you've done that maybe are hurting you, and then really just step forward into
to the present, into the now.
What do I want to create for my future? Oh, that's what I was saying. Ooh. So we take in from our food, right? And that tells our gut about our environment. Also, we're not taking in food that's close by. So the food that we eat is telling us about that environment. Mm-hmm. And that environment is becoming and finding its way in our bodies. And that's either going to be accepted or rejected.
Yeah.
And then our eyes. Mm-hmm. Our eyes are only supposed to see what we actually see around us. And then we're able to know that something is real because we're taking it in and we can touch it and we see it and it's actually in our tangible atmosphere. But now we're seeing all of this video that shows us things, and our eyes want to tell us it's real, but really the truth is, you're not there to actually feel what's going on.
Yeah.
So you can't really know. And I guess that's the third part, is that intuition. that's really hard to tell coming off of a screen, when you
Sure.
say that there are all these people doing all these horrible things and you should hate these people, but you have not actually been at that place where these horrible things are happening. So
Yeah.
you really have no idea. But yet
we're
ourselves
good
judging.
at throwing rocks in glass houses. We really are. And, it's in all the religious books too. We're told not to do that. And it just gets so easy when we get caught up. And that's ego, I think. It's allowing our ego to take over. And a lot of times too, when we're, when we feel we're judging someone, we're doing that to prop ourselves up. Because we obviously don't feel that good about ourselves. So yeah, why not? If I can put them down, well, at least I'm not that bad. I'm not, and I hate, that hypocrisy, and I've seen that a lot. I'm not going to go into a rant about it, but it really bothers me. Just, we have to love everyone. We have to love everyone. Everyone, no matter what. Does that mean we get along with everyone? Nope. That doesn't have to happen. We have to love everyone. That's what we're called to do.
You can set space so you don't have to deal with that energy if it doesn't work for you. That's what this is for.
Mm-hmm.
And you can choose to not allow certain external things to come in. But also,
Also what?
I think I lost my train of thought.
It happens.
We'll come back around to that.
No, absolutely.
That was probably the best point for that comment.
Well, it's funny too, this is back here, but just talking about ways to be more mindful, and that's the only way. I know it's a cheesy, overused word, but to bring your awareness back to your present moment where you can truly connect and find that happiness. But here are some things. Do one thing at a time. Do it slowly and deliberately.
Stop rushing.
Yeah. Do it completely. Do less. How many times you catch yourself I need to be doing this. I need to do this. It's okay at times to be at peace with that. So don't overdo it. Put space between things, which I just said. Designate time for certain things. And that can be social media. Turn off these notifications. What are they doing to your day? And silence the ones that you don't need. And then devote time for it. If you want to go look at it, do it later. Devote time to sitting. Sitting and doing nothing. Close your eyes. Breathe. I know it's crazy. You don't have to have your phone to do that. It's amazing. Smile and serve others. And given a smile, you never know what that's going to do to someone's day.
That's serving.
You never know. Absolutely could save someone's life. I like to say compliment too. All right, make cleaning and cooking become meditation. And whether you cook or clean, make chores that you have to do. Be mindful of them and focus on your breathing. Breathing is a lost art, but it really changes you and brings you back to the present. Think about what is necessary. And that's a huge one. And Philippians 4:8. Think on these things. Think about what's necessary. We don't have to think. We can choose our thoughts. We really can. It's a habit, and we have to break it and break that reticular activating system. But you know what? Our brain cannot distinguish between something that actually happened to you that you're thinking about or something that you're worried about. It can't tell the difference. So be careful. Which thoughts are you choosing? Choose them wisely. Nobody else can choose them for you. You're going to have plenty of influences. Nobody can choose them for you but you. And live simply. So I like that. Those are good tips.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate y'all coming on. And do you have anything else for today, Mary?
To create the life that you want, a life. If there's something missing, if you feel stuck, if you're having a hard time just dealing, think about what is necessary. Think about what makes you happy. Think about what you want for yourself in your life, and then think about how you might start to get there.
Yeah.
Along the way, you'll learn patience, so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it because you're going to need it. But it's worth it to be able to know that you're in control of your life and be okay with the fact that you are responsible for your life and what you put out there. And we all are going through such a tumultuous change right now in our world and our lives, and we can remember that we're all going through this together. We are all going through this crazy change in our globe and our systems and economies. Like, we know now.
And you're never alone, exactly, in anything you're going through. Even though it feels dark and lonely, it's the cracks that let in the light. So if you've got some tough things going on today in your life, I urge you strongly to get a pen and paper or a notebook and write down things you're grateful for. It is an ancient practice. And yeah, everybody's like, I mean, it's a chapter in my book. Everybody's like, oh, I'm grateful. Look, saying thank you is not being grateful. That's a rote thing that we're taught to say. It's the lowest level of gratitude. Gratitude becomes, once you start writing down things you're grateful for, you're giving your attention to things that you do have. That brings it to you. That brings it to you. The more you focus on what you do have, the more you get what you want. And I needed to hear that from myself today.
All of this.
I know, right? But anyway, higher living and do something and create. That's another thing. Create. We're doing this. I've had this thing built for a year and I've had a vision for it. I've been uncomfortable, hold on to my own unworthiness. And I've recorded and dabbled, but just take the leap, do something. The reason that this exists, and there's more to come. We're going to have different shows, different
amazing people.
Yeah, but it's our goal of like-minded people to give love and serve and to change, make it maybe my goal for this. I hope that this one person that watches this gets something that helps them. That would be badass, right? So if there's more, that's great. And thank you guys for tuning in. It's finally begun. There will be more. Happy now.
Blessings. Bye.
Bye.